every time I make sure I give you delicious, healthy and easy recipes. And today we've got focaccia dough that is topped with smoked salmon that we have cured at home. It is a dough that is fused with onions and garlic, topped with wonderful Greek cream cheese, dill and lemon. The crust is so crispy, those lemon wedges and onions that are fused within that dough. Let's squeeze some lemon on top of it and fully enjoy it. Let's go and have a look at the ingredients. Our focaccia dough that we have prepared: 200 grams of our homemade smoked salmon, fresh dill, a couple of red onions, 2 to 3 cucumbers, 2 to 3 lemons that we have sliced in a thin manner like that, and a spoon of peppers, a Greek cream cheese. It's called Katiki Domokou. If you don't have this kind of cheese, I think you can make it by mixing Philadelphia and ricotta cheese. Let's preheat the oven and start layering the onions on top of our dough. Look at that amazing surface. Let's have a look at the ingredients of our focaccia pizza dough. Now, let me explain something. The more water we have, the more oil we have, the more fluffy, soft the dough is. The less water, the harder the dough is. 400 grams of white flour. To that we have got a small spoon of brown sugar, about 7 grams, 15 grams of dried yeast, 30 to 40 milliliter of Greek olive oil, and we've got 400 milliliter of lukewarm water. Into our bowl we add a spoon of our flour, and onto that we add a bit of that water, and we need to create the batter for the dough. We give a good mix and we set aside for about half an hour. 30 to 45 minutes. Look at that beauty. Look at those bubbles and fermentation. Now we add the rest of the ingredients. Our flour, the water, and our olive oil. And we mix. After working the dough with the spoon, I have left a bit of olive oil. It's time to do it with hands. Now this is the consistency that we want. We're going to add to it the olive oil and we continue kneading. Then we're going to place on our baking tray. Then we will have to push and spread on our parchment paper until we cover all the surface. You can see that it is very wet and it's quite sticky. That's good, that's how we want it. We put a bit of Greek olive oil on the palm of the hand, and then we need to tap and make those bumps. According to your preference, you can really space it out and make it thin, or you could make it quite thick. I have crushed 5 to 7 garlic cloves with salt and pepper. I'm gonna add to it a spoon of olive oil, and then I'm going to spread this on top of my dough. I like this to be sort of embedded on the crust of the pizza. Then we're gonna cover it with a clean film. Now I'm gonna leave this for 3 to 5 hours. We place our onions, and then on top and in between we place our lemon slices. The reason is the lemon is quite liquidish, so I want it not to have direct contact with the dough. You see that? Now that it's ready, we put in the oven. Into a preheated oven at 190, we're going to bake that. We finally chop our dill and we add to it about 150 grams of our Greek cream cheese and about 10 milliliter of fresh lemon, and then we give a good mix. Look at that wonderful base for our pizza. 35 minutes into baking, our pizza is perfect. We take out and we work it. First, we cut the pizza into the desired sizes. Then we top with the cream cheese. Then we place our salmon and top them off with a couple of peppers. And finally, sprinkle with fresh dill. Now that the pizza is ready, into that warm oven which we have closed, there's no heat into it, I'm gonna put it for about a couple of minutes. I want that cream cheese to slightly melt. It has melted a bit. We're gonna serve on a platter with that amazing crunchy cucumbers